Hello everybody, I thought I'd start doing this little YouTube thingy-majiggy with games. And I'm going to start with my first video being a video game collection video. So let's begin. My first game I own is Armored Core 4, a high-speed, fast-paced mech game. A lot of older fans of the series did not really care for it so much. But it's still a good game. It's worth picking up. Maybe a little hard for some. Next up is Assassin's Creed. A rather well-known game. It's not as good as the other two, Brotherhood and 2, but it's still a game that's fun to play and worth picking up. It's a little boring. Battlefield Bad Co. This is the second Battlefield game I've ever played. It has a good multiplayer component to it, and it's the actual first single-player campaign, the actual good one, in a Battlefield game. It's fun. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. When I first got it, I didn't have Xbox Live, so I was stuck with the campaign at first. Still a very fun game. The sequel to it, Bad Co 2, where they it just improved on everything the first one did. A very addictive multiplayer. The campaign wasn't as good, in my opinion. They kind of ruined the characters by making them not like loony and such, making them more badass, kind of. But it's still a great game. The first Battlefield game I ever played was Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. It's a fun game. A lot of fans of the Battlefield series don't really like this one, but it's still worth picking up, and it's fun to play. I played it first on the original Xbox. Blazing Angels. I don't really like this game. My dad picked it up a long time ago, and I really don't care for it. It's very slow, and it's pretty boring, too. I don't think it's a really good game. Only like 5 achievements, so if you want a few easy ones. Call of Duty 4, probably the first one that went into modern day. A really fun game. This is what really got me into playing Call of Duty games. I never liked the old ones due to it always being in World War II. This is the Game of the Year edition, which was supposed to go with maps, I think, but there was something that made it that didn't make it come with maps. I don't remember where it was though. Call of Duty World at War. This is where I got a good group of buddies to play together, and we all really enjoyed it. It's just like COD 4, only it's in World War II, and there's the ability to drive a vehicle, which is just a tank. Very fun. Includes co-op campaign and zombie mode, which is like a 4-player horde mode where you continuously just kill zombies. A lot of fun to play with friends. I don't own the Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2 because I really don't like them. Chrome Hounds, another mech game. This one's a bit slower, and it's fun though, but it's kind of dead now. It's not really worth getting now due to the fact that this is a really big online-based kind of game, and the online server is no longer available, so there's really not much point in playing this game anymore. Command & Conquer 3, probably is the best RTS game on the consoles. It's really fun to play, but I prefer playing these kind of games on the computer more, as most people do. It's still a lot of fun to play, though. Condemned, Criminal Origins. This is supposed to be a pretty creepy game, and it kind of is. Not as creepy as you think it would be, but it does have a few scares in there. It's worth picking up. It's fun. It has a simple combat system. You're like a detective that kind of goes rogue because of a criminal. Kind of gets you all set up, making everyone think that you killed other cops. Condemned 2 Bloodshot. Similar to the first game, has a bit of a more emphasis on the combat system. Still very fun. This one actually is a bit creepier. You can see by that guy's face right there. And if any of you have played it, you probably know the mannequins are really creepy. They pop up. But it's a really fun game to play. The multiplayer is dead. I heard people didn't really like it because it was kind of tacked on. But it's a fun game and it's worth trying. A bit scarier. Crackdown 2, a free roam game made by Ruffian. It's a fun game. I never really played the first one that much. You're kind of like a superhuman, so you can like jump on top of buildings and stuff, throw cars. It's a really fun game to play. It has 4-player co-op. So if you want a fun game to play with your friends, this game's worth picking up. It's kind of short though, it doesn't last really long. I guess if you got the DLC you could extend it, but here's Dead Rising with the ugly platinum hit case. I really hate this, but GameStop gave me this case instead for some reason. It's a fun game. It's a little challenging though, if you just kind of goof around. Yeah, the idea is to get survivors and escape within a time period. The bosses are kind of tricky, but the game's fun once you know what you're doing. Dead Rising 2 plays a lot like the first game, but has new stuff in it, like co-op, and you can like build special weapons. A lot better than the first game. It's probably all around better than the first game. Fixed a lot of problems that the first one had. I really enjoyed this game. I actually beat this one. I like the first one. Next up is Earth Defense Force 2017. This is a budget game. It really didn't have a lot of money to make this game. Oops. It's a fun game, but it's rather cheesy. So if you don't like that, it's like you kill big ants and big robots and other big things. Very big. It only has 2-player offline co-op, so if you have a buddy that plays split screen with, this is actually a pretty fun game to play split screen. I had fun when I played it. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. A really, really well-renowned game. I'm pretty sure almost everyone knows this game. As you can see, it won Game of the Year a lot. It's a lot of fun. If you want to try Skyrim, you should most likely play this game to get yourself started. Also with the ugly platinum hit case. I don't really like Oblivion. I never really got into it, but yeah. Fable 2. I really like the Fable 2 series, and this is probably my favorite Fable. I played 1, and I really like this one a lot more. It is very short, and the ending part of the game is really pathetic. Then you just shoot once and you kill him, the guy. Oh, spoiler. I probably should have said that. The Platinum Hit one came with the 2 extra DLC, the little merchant guy one, and the whole island. Really fun game to play. It has co-op in it, but the co-op isn't as good as you think it would be. It's really not that great. It feels really tacked on, like it was kind of cheesy. Fallout 3, the ruined case. I think my friend spilled a drink on it. But this is a really great game. Also, uses the Oblivion mechanics made by the same people. Also won Game of the Year. It's a very good game. I recommend anyone should try this game. Maybe a little hard at first. It was for me. I really didn't know what I was doing. But once you know what to do, it's a really fun game. I might do like a little review for that game. Get more aspect on it. Far Cry Instincts Predator. 2 games in 1. This comes with the Far Cry Instincts game on the original Xbox and the Far Cry Instinct Evolution game. Very fun game. If you've never played the Far Cry game, it's a bit different from some games. Really nice graphics. Really lush, islandy kind of thing. Has a really great map maker. It's a really renowned series. The first one's made by Crytek, if any of you didn't know that. Fear. I originally bought this a long time ago when I first got my Xbox, and I didn't realize how creepy it was going to be. This is a pretty creepy game, the single player, but it's also a very fun game. The multiplayer is kind of dead, which is kind of sad, because I'd really like to try playing it. Fear Files. If you really liked Fear 1, this is a game that you should totally pick up, because of the expansion packs. Extraction Point and Perseus Mandate. A lot creepier than the first one. Had new weapons, 2 new campaign modes, where you played the first character from the first game, and the other one where you play a little squad. Both really fun to play. There's a little tower going on here. Forza Motorsport 2, a racing simulator game for the Xbox. Similar to PS3's Gran Turismo, this is like the racing game for our console. It's a really fun game. If any of you think that you really don't like racing games, this is actually kind of worth checking out. It has nice graphics and it's rather cheap at GameStop, so if you want a really cheap, fun racing game, this is one to pick up. Frontlines Fuels of War. This is not the best shooter. I played better ones, but it's a fun game, I guess. It feels kind of boring and repetitive for me. I didn't really like it, and I don't know if I'll even be able to finish it because I really don't like it. But, some people will still play this game online. I guess it's okay. I just didn't really like it. It kind of has bad graphics. I don't really care, though. Gears of War. Renowned series on the Xbox. Most people know about this game. Third-person shooter, introduced kind of like the cover system, which really made a lot of games kind of copy it. But it's a great game. Has 2-player co-op, multiplayer mode. Multiplayer mode, it's still a little active. There's a lot of glitches in it, which is kind of sad. But there's all the maps for it are free, so if you really want to jump into this, yeah, it's like only $5 at GameStop, also pretty cheap.